Good morning. This is a very small sequence of bed yoga for when you don't feel like doing yoga or stretching or anything, but you can feel like your body's a little bit tense, a little bit tight, or you just don't feel like anything. Because a lot of times we just accumulate tension in your muscles, in your ligaments, in your tendons, and that can make you feel like constricted. So that we want to like create space, and a lot of times just creating space makes you feel like doing more. So if you are laying down in your bed, we're gonna start by taking away the pillow and observing how you are in a line, allowing your shoulders to relax to the floor, allowing your feet to fall to the sides, and with your palms facing up, taking 3 breaths here, and observing how the air comes into your lungs, coming down through your throat, your chest, going down into your lower belly. And how your body then allows the air to come out. What comes down first, your belly or your chest? And it's not so much about modifying that, it's just observing it. Interlacing your fingers, bringing your hands to the top of your head, and doing a little stretch here, pointing your toes, and then pulling your hands away from you, your shoulders. Taking an inhale, and as you exhale, move your right foot to the right, and then put your left foot on top. And then bringing your upper body slightly to the right. Then you can grab your left hand with your right hand. And this is a banana pose. So if I looked at you from the top, I would see a C, a letter C. And you can observe here how your lower body feels, how your upper body feels. Do you want to change anything? Do you want to bring your feet further away from the line? Or is that good? Or do you want to come back a little bit? And then when you're comfortable, you can also move your neck if you'd like, looking slightly to your right armpit. Just observing that new space that's opening up in your left ribs. Your left hip. Your adductors. And then coming back to the center, we're going to do the same to the other side. So taking your left foot further away, and then your right foot on top, and then your upper body, shifting it to the left. You can grab your right hand with your left. And our bodies are always going to be different from one side to the other. So just observing that and going with it. You don't need to go all the way on the left because you did that on the right. Just going up to a point that feels like a comfortable, nice stretch. And over time, you do want to work on those imbalances. But there's many ways to do that. It's not only the physical way. A lot of times it is showing us an aspect of our feminine or masculine that is under stress
that is under tension. So it's good to think about like what aspects of our life are thriving and which aspects are maybe struggling, and then maybe bringing some air into the aspects that are struggling, bringing some breath, some breathing room. Coming back to the center, hugging your knees to your chest, and then rolling a little bit from side to side. Holding on to your ankles or your shins, or maybe even your feet. Going into a happy baby, trying to keep your lower back onto the floor or the bed. And allowing your knees to come close to your armpits. And then just rocking from side to side, allowing for the hips to start loosening up. And then hugging the knees, we're gonna let our left foot down and right arm is gonna open to the floor with the palm facing up in a T, and taking the right knee to the left side. Going into a supine twist. Then you can move your gaze to the right side, always trying to keep the opposite shoulder on the floor. Sometimes it wants to come up, we want to keep it on the floor. So for example, I am feeling that my right side is more tense than my left. I could see it on the side stretch, and now that I'm twisting, I can also feel that. And because I am a woman, that would mean that my masculine is a little bit tense, it's a little bit out of balance, and what that can mean in my specific context is that I'm doing probably too much masculine things, and that I just need to relax more into my feminine, just because of the moment of my cycle I'm in as a woman and what is happening. I am planning a trip and I am trying to figure out all of the details of how I'll live my house and my kids in the care of other people so I can go. And I know that because of where I am in my cycle, I should be more relaxing and more in a creative space. So I will try to find more space for that. And I can feel, even saying that, it's allowing my body to open more. I can feel how it's like releasing from my body. Coming back to the center, hugging both knees to the chest. And we're gonna go the opposite way. So relaxing the right foot down and then bringing the left knee to the right, left arm on the floor. And the gaze goes to the left. So generally speaking, the masculine mind is more about focusing and getting things done. It's about knowing where you're going and working towards that purpose. That's what the masculine mind is like very good at, like thinking about hunter-gatherers times and what the men did and what the women did. So the women were more focused on the home, on the taking care of the children, and would do more caring tasks, so they needed to have a more peripheral vision. Still true to this day and age in many households, including mine, where I am responsible for the house, all of the management that requires, and the children, the taking care of the children, and groceries and food and cleaning and school runs and all those things. And my husband focuses more on his work. And when I feel overwhelmed by all of the planning, then my right side often gets quite tense. And depends, right? Like, we as women, we have a cycle, and different moments of the cycle we are better at doing different tasks. Coming back to the center, hugging your knees to your chest. We're gonna put our left foot down and our right foot on top of our left knee. And then we're gonna bring the left foot closer to our chest. You can interlace your hands behind the thigh, or you can put them on your knee. This is gonna be a little bit stronger, and this is a hip opener. So you can rock a little bit from side to side, and then find stillness if you'd like. So we all have a feminine and a masculine side, right? Even if you're a man, there you have a feminine side, and that is a lot of times going to be reflected on more creative projects and on more social aspects of yourself, like taking care of others, knowing what others need, what others are feeling, finding empathy, listening, your relationships with your family, your relationships with your friends, with your partner. And we all need all of the aspects in ourselves in different measures, because we all have a very different design. And it's good to just like be aware of that and like listen and observe how our body's guiding us back to balance. So then we're gonna change that. So right foot comes down, the left foot goes on the right knee, and then bringing that closer to you. There's this book that I really like in Spanish. I know the name is Spanish. In English, it must be something like Disease as a Way of Healing or something like that. And it's by a German author, and it talks about how we live in the world of polarity in every way, light and dark, feminine, masculine, and all sorts. And it's not that it's bad, it's good. It's just that we need to always be managing the polarities. We're like a pendulum. We're always like moving from one side to the other, and to find our peace, to find our harmony, to find our health, it's always like a balancing act. It's always about observing. It's always about feeling, being in tune, observing in which moments, when I'm more to this side or to the other, do I feel happier? Do I feel more at peace? Do I sleep better? Do I feel more natural joy from the daily activities I'm doing or my environment? Maybe it can be about how social you are, like how much you interact with others, how many social activities you have in your week or in your weekends. Or maybe it's about how much exercise you do or how much work you do. And all of these aspects we can control, at least in some degree. We are here to fine tune those things. So then releasing your foot, and then rocking front and back. Reaching a sitting position with your legs crossed, and this is the last exercise we'll do. So placing your hands on your knees, we're gonna inhale, open the chest, and exhale, pull the belly button inwards, head down. Inhale, opening, and exhale, closing, and just finding your own rhythm at this. We're just trying to find some elasticity in the spine, in the ligaments, in the muscles.
And I personally can feel how I have accumulated tension in the muscles surrounding my spine. So I'm gonna do a forward fold. You can do it with me. Placing your hands forward and just allowing your back and your forehead down. And taking a few breaths here. And then coming back to center. To balance that, we'll place our feet on the floor or the bed with our hands behind us, with the fingers pointing towards our lower back, about a hand apart. And then as we inhale, we're gonna lift our hips, and if you'd like, you can also release your head back. And then coming back. The last thing I'm gonna do is pranayama. So it's like a breathing exercise, which for ease, we're gonna use only our thumb and our index finger. So closing your right nostril, inhale through your left. Close your left and exhale through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Releasing your hand. Taking a deep breath. That's it for today. I hope that this little sequence can help you. I hope that you can remember it, to just do it whenever you feel like it would benefit your day. Obviously, I took 17-18 minutes to guide you through this, but you can also do this faster. You can do it in 5 minutes. Just side stretch one side, the other side, twist one side, the other side, hip opener, and then just like a few seated cat-cows, or you can also go on all fours. And those are the 6 movements of the spine, and you can add the breath if you'd like. And I hope you have a great day.